Good morning. All right, today we're going to shoot a little video about stretch bands. My name's John Jordan. I'm the Wellness Director here at Heritage House. This is about a 15-minute video, and if you have a stretch band at home, no matter what color it is, because the color does refer to how much resistance there are. Usually the darker the color, the harder it is to stretch. But it really doesn't matter. You can make the one you have work. If you don't have one, the next time you're going out to get supplies or something, if you go to Walmart or any place like that, they sell these, all right? If you've already got one, let's get going. There's a lot of different things you can do with these stretch bands. The reason I like them so much is because it's progressive resistance. In other words, the more you pull on it, the harder it is to pull. That's really good for your muscles, all right? So that means that as your joints get to their full range of motion, we get stronger, and the resistance goes along with this. These are a great little tool because they're easy to store. You can fold them up, wad them up, put them in a drawer, put them away. If you drop them on your foot, obviously it's not going to hurt like a 10-pound dumbbell would. So they're very handy, very safe. One caution is just be a little careful that you really hang on to them. You don't want it to slip out of your hand and come and snap you in the face or something like that. So just be a little careful. And as always with all of our classes, if something hurts, don't do it. You modify the movement somehow so it doesn't hurt, or if there's certain movements that do hurt, no matter how you modify them, you should probably just skip that movement. Now the one I have is a bright blue. I picked that color because it shows up a little better on the videos. But like I said, there's a lot of different colors. Usually the brighter, lighter colors are easier. So let's start out with one that I really like that's called a row. A row, R-O-W, is anything that makes you reach and pull, whether you're standing to do it or seated. This is a seated row. So start out by getting your hands clear on the end of the rubber strap. Now most of these are about 4 feet long, and that's about how far apart you want to have your hands for this one. So get right out on the end. You see I don't have much hanging out at the end there. We're going to put our feet out front, and we're going to scooch up towards the front of the chair, not so far that you feel like you could slip off, far enough so there's space between the back of the chair and your back so that you use your core muscles to sit up straight. Better to use a chair that has no arms. We're going to be doing things that we move our arms, and those arms on the chair can bang you in the elbow and get in your way. Let's start with our seated row. Get a hold of the end, slip it underneath your feet. Make sure you get it right on the arch of your foot so it's going to stay in place. Here we go. We're going to lean forward a little, hang on tight. As you lean back, lean all the way back to your back touches the chair and pull with your arms as far as you can. And then we just repeat that movement. You can see why they call this a row. It's very similar to rowing a little rowboat. Pull and release. Nice, strong, big movements here. Straighten your arms and then bend and pull. And just keep that going at a steady pace. Now I like to do these for 20 to 30 seconds instead of counting repetitions. All right, we're going to go back and hold it. Now once you get in this position, you've got tension on those straps. You can straighten one arm and then alternate a pulling motion with opposite arms. Keep leaning back against the chair and pulling with your hand up towards your upper rib cage. Pull it clear up towards your shoulder. Good. All right. Sit up. Now we're going to take it off of our feet and just drop it across your lap, just behind your knees. Take a breath. Make sure you're sitting up straight. We're still at the front of the chair, so we're using those core muscles, including your lower back muscles. Now for this one, we're going to pick it up out in the middle so there's equal distance hanging down on each side, and get about 10 or 12 inches in between your hands. 10 to 12 inches. Now, I'm going to turn sideways for this one, but you can keep facing forward. This is called an archer's pull. You'll see why in a minute. I'm going to turn this way. I'm going to extend my left arm, and just like an archer or shooting a bow and arrow, I'm going to pull back with my right. Imagine the bow is in my left hand, and I'm pulling on the string and the arrow with my right arm. Notice how my left arm, the front arm, stays fully extended, and my right arm, the elbow, goes back behind me. Again, we do maybe 15 of these or 20 seconds. That's enough. Rest your arms. I'm going to turn so you can see it going the other way. Now I'm going to put my right arm forward, hang on tight, and with my left arm, I pull and repeat. Now this does dig into the webbing between your index finger and your thumb a little bit, but that's all right. That's a pretty tough part of your hand. Nice straight elbow right behind you. I see people do this. Make sure you're not doing that. Get that elbow behind you. And then the last one, let's hold it there and relax. As soon as you relax and drop your shoulders down, they recover. Takes them a little while to recover, but not that long. Shoulder muscles are very strong, so they do recover quickly. All right, now here's a good one that we can do for our hips and legs using this stretch band. Find the middle of it and put that right on top of your knees, and then take your hands and go down under your legs and switch hands so that when you come up, you've got your knees tied together. Now make sure you have your feet all the way together, touching. Now let's sit up straight. I like to just put my hands on top of my knees for this one. We're going to use our hip muscles to stretch the rubber band. Open your knees apart and then relax and repeat that motion. Stretch it as far as you can. Of course, the farther you move your knees, the harder the resistance is. And again, if you want to count your repetitions, we're going to do 10 to 15 of these. I just kind of go until my hips start to feel a little tired, and then you do a couple more, and that's what makes you stronger. Let's do one more. Hold it out there, and then move your feet just as far apart as your knees are, and we're just going to do a static exercise and hold our knees right there. Now the whole time you're doing this, of course, that rubber band is very tight. It's trying to pull your knees together, and you're resisting that, which means you're strengthening your hips. All right, that's enough. Move your feet back together and let your hips and legs relax. And we're going to drop those down, and we're going to shake our hands out a little bit. When you're doing resistance band exercises, your hands, your grip really works hard. And sometimes that digs into your hand a little. It's good to just let them relax and shake them out a little bit. All right, let's do one that we use the ends again. Get clear out on the ends, and we're going to flip that up and over our back. Now make sure, I'm going to turn so you can see, make sure that rubber strap is down on your shoulder blades, not up on your neck. Get it down on your shoulder blades. All right, so we're going to hang on tight. And for this one, get your feet about hip width apart, nice and stable, still sitting towards the front, still using our core muscles to sit up straight. Straighten your arms right to the front, about shoulder height. And then we're going to do some small circles. Here's where you want to make sure you've got it low enough on your back that it doesn't roll up and smack you in the back of the head. Doesn't really hurt, but you don't get as good at exercise if it's not down on your shoulders. So it's reverse direction. Small circles with your hands almost coming together at the center. You don't want to do these out to the side. Make it right in front of your chest. Good. And then we bring our hands back in towards our chest and let our shoulders relax. Take a breath or two. Get your strength back a little bit. Your shoulders recover quickly. And then we straighten our arms again. Now this one we're just going to go up and down. A vertical motion, opposing hands. One's going up while the other one's going down. And the pace that I'm doing these is about right. We don't try and do these quickly or super slow. Just a nice, steady pace. This one makes your shoulders tired fairly quickly. Make sure you're keeping your arms straight and rest. Bring those hands together close to your chest. Let your shoulders relax. We have one more towards the front that we're going to do here. Let's straighten those arms out again. This time let's go laterally or sideways. Except one goes on top and then the other arm crosses over. And make sure you're crossing your arms as much as you can and make sure you're keeping your arms straight. Now, like everything we do, if this hurts, modify it or don't do it. If it hurts to hold your arms at shoulder height, you can do this down here. That's fine. You can lower it a little bit. Couple more. And relax. So I have a lot of people tell me when I do things with my shoulders like that, I hear a popping and a crackling sound in there. Okay, as long as that doesn't hurt you, it's really nothing to worry about. There's tendons and ligaments that are slipping over bones. Things like that are going on all the time. If it hurts, then that's something you want to avoid. But if it's just a little noisy, that's kind of part of getting older also. Our joints tend to get a little noisier as we get over. So, all right, let's do another one. But this one we have to take it over the top of your head. Careful not to mess up your hairdo. Here we go. See how perfect I did that? Not a hair out of place. Good. Drop it back on your legs. Let's shake those hands out again. These are great for your grip strength because in order to hang on to these, of course, you have to squeeze tight. And remember, anything you do like squeezing a ball, a tennis ball or a grip ball, anything that strengthens your grip strength increases the strength in your whole arm and shoulder. Grip strength is vital for arm strength. All right, on this one, we're going to pick it up out in the middle again, only about 5 or 6 inches apart, fairly close together. And bring your elbows straight out to the side. So from the side, you can see how close I am to my chest here with this one. All right, now we're going to pull in opposite directions and relax and repeat. Now picture this, what's happening between your shoulder blades. As you pull apart, your shoulder blades are getting closer together. This is hard. This really works your upper back. The great thing about this exercise is it's very good for your posture. A lot of us worry about posture as we get older. This will help you stand up tall. Let's stretch it and hold it. And here's a tough one. Let's straighten our arms to the front and keep that as stretched as you can. And here's the really super one. Bring it overhead and try and keep those apart. And relax. Very good. You're going to feel that in your shoulders and in your hands from that grip. These are all really good for your shoulders. And if you do them like we are, seated, but sitting up straight without leaning against the chair, it's a great workout for your core muscles. Vital muscles for posture and for balance. All right, these are easy to fold up when you get done with them. You can fold them in a nice little bundle like that, put them in a drawer, do whatever you want with them. Just be careful that you don't overstretch them. And if you find a little nick or tear in one of them, you need to throw that away and get another one because they will break if they have a flaw in them. All right, that's all for today. So that's a great workout for your shoulders and your hands and your core. You can also do a lot of those standing up. Lots of different things you can do with these. And if you're interested, if you Google therapy stretch band exercise routines or just stretch bands, there are thousands of exercises that we can use these for. All right, till next time, stay safe and keep moving. Thank you.